Mom,
I can't breathe.
what's going on? Are you okay?
Feeling pending doom.
Do you need me to call the nurse?
Yes, call a nurse.
Nurse! Nurse, we need help. What's going on, Miss Novice?
Can't breathe.
Is everything okay?
No.
How do you
Pending
feel?
doom.
Let me go ahead and take your vitals.
Okay.
You're gonna be okay, Mom.
Can't breathe.
Okay, let's check your oxygen. It's quite low. Let's give you some oxygen therapy right now.
I feel like I'm dying. Pending doom.
Miss Navas, don't move. I need to place this on you. Okay, let me run out and get the doctor. So Dr. Nash, Miss Navas, she hasn't been feeling well. She's 66, female with AFib.
Atrial fibrillation, also known as AFib, is the most common dysrhythmia. What happens is electrical impulses originate from many atrial points, which causes the atria to contract in a disorganized manner at a rate of 350 to 600 beats per minute.
So Miss Navas, her current vital signs are respiratory rate at 24, oxygen level at 83%. She's currently on oxygen therapy via nasal cannula, 2 liters. Her blood pressure is 170 over 97. Her pulse is 115. Temperature is at 37.2, and she did state that she feels impending doom.
Okay, let's go ahead and order a D-dimer stat.
Mrs. Navas, how are you?
Very good, how are you?
Good. Your lab results came and they indicate that there are some abnormal and normal values. The abnormal values are BUN, which is the blood urea nitrogen, and hemoglobin A1C, which is a measurement of diabetes. So an elevated BUN level or an elevated blood urea nitrogen level may be caused by congestive heart failure as a result of poor renal perfusion. So that could be one of the reasons why you have these symptoms.
Congestive heart failure, also known as CHF, is a chronic condition. Heart failure is present when the heart cannot pump blood out very well, and that's known as systolic failure, or when muscles are stiff and do not fill up with blood easily, and that's diastolic failure. When the heart's pumping becomes less effective, blood can back up in other areas of the body. When fluid builds up, that is when it is diagnosed as congestive heart failure.
Your blood urine level was 70, which is totally elevated. That's an indirect measurement and a rough measurement of how well your liver and your kidneys perform, a function. The normal values are between 7 to 20 per 100 mLs of blood, and yours was 70, so which is high. Okay, and your hemoglobin A1C, which is an average amount of blood glucose level in the blood for 3 months. The reference range or the preference range is less than or equal to 7% of the total hemoglobin, and what the lab results indicate is that your value was 16%. So an elevated hemoglobin A1C level is an indicator of diabetes and like poor glucose tolerance. So now let's look at the normal lab results now. Your prothrombin time, that is the time it takes blood to clot, and the INR ratio was all normal.
Okay.
So the clotting mechanism in the blood is working well, so that's normal. And your triglycerides, HDL and LDL was also normal, so which is good.
Okay.
And I also ordered a D-dimer stat test for you, and the D-dimer stat test indicated it was negative, which is good.
And how are you feeling today, Ms. Navas?
A lot better.
Okay, great. The registered dietitian, my name is Elise, and I'm going to just discuss the prudent heart diet that you're on. As the doctor had previously discussed with you, your cholesterol values all came back normal. So that's a really good thing. That lets me know that you are adhering to the Prudent Heart diet, which is comprised of 3 grams or less of fat per 100 gram servings, correct?
Correct.
Is that what you're doing? Okay. 20 milligrams or less of cholesterol, and a 1,500 milligram of sodium per day.
Okay.
That's really important. Fruits and vegetables are the cornerstone. Are you getting enough fruits and vegetables?
Yes, my daughter
You think so?
prepares my lunch.
Okay, great. The goal of that is 4.5 cups a day of fruits and vegetables with fiber-rich whole grain foods, about 3 1-ounce servings per day.
Okay.
So just go ahead and continue on with that, and we'll check back with you, when you come back to visit the doctor in a few weeks.
Okay.
Okay.
Hi, Ms. Lopez, how are you doing?
Pretty good.
You're doing okay. So I know Dr. Nash came in earlier and spoke to you about your labs. Do you have any questions about that?
I do. What's the design?
Okay, so that test was done to rule out any thrombus that might have formed. And that came back negative. Did he explain to you that it came back negative?
He did. I wasn't sure what that meant.
Okay, yeah. So it's just to rule out any clot that you might have had.
Okay.
But that came back negative, so we're not worried about that. So we're going to keep you here for a couple more days just to make sure you're going to stabilize, the condition's not going to get worse. And I know that the dietitian came in and spoke to you about your diet,
Yes.
correct?
Yes.
And, it's a prudent heart diet, okay?
Okay.
And how's your breathing right now?
I feel fine. I'm not
Okay.
feeling any shortness.
Okay, great. So we're going to keep you on that oxygen therapy,
Okay.
okay, for some time, just to make sure your breathing's going to go back to normal.
Okay.
All right? Do you have any questions for me?
No, that was it.
Okay, great. So the call light's right beside you.
Okay.
If you need me, give that call light a ring and I'll be running in.